What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Bedlam. So we already won the easy victory. And the thing about Bedlam is that it kind of lets you win, but if you don't take the hard victory, then they're like, oh, you took the punk way out. And so when dealing with Bedlam, which by the way has distinctively less beds and lambs than I thought there was going to be some weird, I don't know, prepubescent sheep kind of misconduct going on when I started playing this game because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to see the letter B at the end of a word. Now I'm just messing around with you. So we're probably going to take the hard difficulty. Let's forego our short victory and let's go for the long victory. Alright, you with me? Let's do this thing. An admirable decision! You will undoubtedly be greeted with accolades for your fortitude. We believe that your discretion will send us the finest beings who will contribute to our society, and we will anxiously await for their arrival. Good journey to you, mechanic. An Aztec and Vertex bridge has been added to your cargo. Osatrina Voda, Osatrina Tashi, Osatrina Zura, and Osatrina Nori have been added to your dozer crew. The Telecan gestures and your passengers are surrounded in a floating orb of energy that rises and delivers them to the massive pyramid. You hear the cries of elation as they are drawn into the mythical perfection of Aztec City. Moments later, a phosphorescent glow fills the air and the monolithic structure blinks out of existence. You and the remaining crew return to the dozer and begin the difficult journey back through Bedlam on your new heroic mission to Byzantine. So they give you a lot of stuff when you do this. You get a bunch of fuel, you get a bunch of energy cells, like legit, you get a ton of energy cells, and you want to save these for when you get into the big fights later on in the game. Don't use these on upgrades. Just don't do it. I know you're going to be tempted, and I know you're really going to want to. The only one that I would slightly consider is upgrading your battle armaments, possibly, because it'll give you, well, let's try. It'll give you 5% less, so it would take you 25 to max this out, and that'd be 25%, and the cost for one of these, it drops by 2 each time, so then it would cost you 20. I'm trying to determine if it's worth it to actually do this. Let's give it a go. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Oh, now it costs 10. Ah, I knew it wasn't gonna be that easy. We'll see what we pick up along the way. I'm going to go back the way we came. We're going to follow the road that we've already carved a path through. That seems like the smartest idea to me. We probably aren't going to win the long victory. The long victory is very, very difficult, like stupidly hard. And so the final boss battle, I've been to it 2 or 3 times now, and I've yet to complete it. I can get the easy victory 100% of the time, almost. But the hard mode victory, I've yet to go over the top of the mountain yet. The dozer arrives at the massive wall, and a section once again opens to allow passage for the vehicle. You leave behind the passengers who will begin life anew in Aztec City and head back into Bedlam on a course for Byzantine. Somewhere in the brutal and chaotic Wasteland, King Viscera and his forces await. Because we have nobody on our craft, we don't have to worry about food, so don't even stress about it. Pretty much the only thing you have to worry about is gas at this point. So, oh, it looks like it's only going to let me go back the way that I came. Coup. All factions have joined King Viscera in the fight against you. Ahead in the road, you can see a large trailer being towed by a smaller vehicle. On the trailer is what looks like a mobile fusion reactor of dubious design. How can you tell that just by looking at it? I suppose somebody that knows fusion reactors would be able to tell you, like, I can clearly see duct tape where there's supposed to be a positronic flux switcher. I don't know why that is that a bandana that's holding up the boodad? Oh my god, there's a bandana holding up the boodad. We can't do this right now. Is that a clothes hanger? Oh my Christ. Alright, never mind. We're gonna stop this. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark. The curious operator of the fusion towing vehicle exits the cab and approaches. Hoy, traveler! Such a mighty machine. It must really drain the power, and you can't have spark without power. Power to propel through the blasted lands. Power to spark those impressive weapons. I just choked on a peanut. I had like a peanut fragment in my mouth and it was like zoop and it went straight down my air pipe and now I'm just like, oh my god, I can't breathe. I've got fusion batteries of my own design. Power to spare. If you're interested in it, haggle for power. What say you? I will trade meat for power cells because I don't need it. A fair haggle. More power to you. Ah, he's punny. We only got 10 power cells? I mean, I suppose that allows me... That's why I said let's wait and see what happens before I do this. Let's go all in. We got this thing. Look at that. We've got a nuke inside of our moving city. How sick is that? Unfortunately, we haven't really gotten a lot of weapons on this playthrough. You do actually get extra weapons and stuff like that, by the way. Like, you get those things. I don't know why we have not gotten them. But this playthrough, there's like a stealth field, which is super overpowered. There's a laser cannon thing that, like, kills somebody. There's a bunch of different guns that I've picked up playing the game. And they are pretty goddamn rad. I think I will probably go this way. I probably should have taken fuel. This may have been a mistake, but I figured we get into enough fights along the way where it'll probably be fine. Ahead on the road, you see a man walking beside a ludicrously overloaded cart being towed by some kind of great beast. The cart, stacked precariously high with all sorts of metal objects and defunct equipment, is attached to a lumbering six-legged beast with a leathery hide and patches of stringy mauve hair. I think we've done this already. This is the guy that wants me to trade for food. I give him meat, and then he gives me other stuff. Sure, why not? Take my meat. Oh, he gave us a master cog. I have no idea what that does. I assume that in some point in my life, the master cog will have some function. Why are we going backwards? We may run out of fuel long before this becomes an issue. You see a tribe of mutants. Several are riding a monstrous juggernaut roach that's dragging a travois loaded with supplies and devices. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark. The leader of the mutants approaches while the rest of the heavily armed tribe eyes you warily. By Terragog's tangled tails. You be that one that be making King Viscera be grumpin'. You more's got the mocks. That make our magnificent King Socrates be pleased. We be offering a choice from our finds to be helping the penance of Viscera. Oh, you give me guns? I want a resource replicator. The resource replicator has been installed as a battle equalizer on your dozer. That'd be a good choice. Now you be spreading that wicked Mort Viscera in the name of Socrates. And so there it is. Yay, in the name of Socrates. Let it be so. Amen. Ahead on the road, you see a large caravan of cloaked individuals. On closer inspection, they appear to be cyborgs who wear the emblem of a cog. That's a bad cloaking device if you can see it from pretty far off. Dozer slows. The leader of the cyborgs approaches while the other armed members of the caravan watch you intently. Oi! You must be the pure fleshers that have King's Viscera all raw. Man, he's got the meaners for you. The machine gods would be pleased to see him smithereened. This gear was to serve as offerings to the Pantheon. Although you fleshers do not embrace the word, Krieg's machine and gyre will understand if it results in the obliteration of that scuzzer Viscera. Choose something to expedite the hurt. I see something called a nuker, and I kind of want it. The nuke. Oh my god, yes, we've got a nuclear bomb. Oh, it actually looks like a nuclear missile. We will fire the nuclear wang at our enemy. Good journey, pure fleshers. May you vaporize the loathsome Dregger Viscera in the name of the Pantheon. You return to the dozer and continue down the road. As the dozer travels along the road, you see a huge menacing vehicle blocking the path ahead. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark to investigate. A massive man steps from the opposing vehicle and stands before you. From the scowling helmet and fearsome armor, you know that this is the merciless self-proclaimed overlord of Bedlam. Ah, the evasive mechanic finally stands before the mighty King Viscera. You should consider it an honor merely to be in my presence before I spill your entrails and adorn my armor with your puny skulls. I will drink from your skull. The power and technology at my disposal are beyond your comprehension. My influence is immeasurable. I soon shall be ruling the Wasteland in your machine. Prepare to be overwhelmed by the unimaginable dominance of King Viscera. I ain't afraid. I got this, dude. Look at all these elite troops we have. What could go wrong? We have so many elites. I really think we're going to be fine. I'll keep you. I'm going to bring in Scragger, even though he's not leveled. And then on top of Scragger, all the guys that they gave us were just level 1s. They were just refilling our inventory with people, by the way. Did his brother get killed? Oh, I must have killed off his brother. I feel bad now. Kind of feel like a dick. I'll move that over to there. That seems like a pretty solid team. I wish that we had 4 people to help out with this, but we just couldn't keep some of our elites alive. And I say we to make me feel less bad about this whole thing. Let us go onwards to fight with Viscera! Alright, so he's hanging out with Mutantos right now. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this asshole out real quick, since he is a little too close for comfort. It looks like there's no fuel on the battlefield, which is troublesome, because that means I gotta pick up the bomb fuel and hope that it doesn't blow up in my face like an idiot. I don't know, I should probably just scootily him back, so let's scootily whoa! We're gonna scoot on back. Oh shit. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Get reduced to skeleton. Enjoy. Enjoy being a skeleton. I'm gonna run up on this guy too. Oh, it didn't blow him up. He got lucky. He gambled. He gambled. He gambled and won. Ki-yoy! Ooh, it disarms the booby traps? That's gangster shit, dude. I may allow this to occur. Because I have need. Now, he has a physical shield, so be careful about, like, doing anything with him. He's kind of terrifying. So, if you want to be successful here, if you want to kill the king and take up his crown, back up really fast and take back your ground. There we go. We'll do 7 damage right there. I don't know exactly how I want to deal with this guy, but he hits really hard, so watch out for that shiz. We may lose somebody right here. I only wish... What I could do, Scragger, get him with a round. Kablow! Ooh, that knocked him back? That's actually... That's an acceptable solution. I'll take it. I'm gonna get rid of you, because you terrify me. And since he's got a melee shield, don't hit him with melee characters. It's a bad plan. I'm actually gonna take this around. And we're gonna try and grab some power cells while we're in here. That guy's gonna move to our left-hand side. Didn't it say the bombs are disarmed? It lasts 2 turns. How many turns ago did I pop that? More than 2 turns, right? We need fuel really badly, though. Like, really, really stupid badly. Okay, so if we survive this... Ooh, you got vaporized, homie. What does the nuke do? Atomize targets with a billowing blast. So he's going to make it to blitz mode, which means we have to drop the distillery in here. Otherwise, we are going to have pretty considerable issues in the coming turns. I'm going to put that right there. It's going to lower his hit chance. Running away with Vigilus might not be a bad plan either. I'm not really sure what I should do right now. We have issues. Vigilus is going to die. He only does 2 damage, but he gets 4 turns, so he could technically kill Vigilus if he wanted to. I'm going to move Vigilus to get more power cells. And now, we just have to hope. I suppose I could catch you with something over here. I don't know. I think I'm going to give myself a little scooty scoot. Oh, thank God. He went after the wrong mob. I'm so happy right now. Sometimes the confusion works and sometimes it doesn't. It just sort of depends what you have going on at any given time. We got a gunman over here. I'm going to get rid of you real quick. I'm going to fall back again to here. Can the sniper take shots? Like, it's weird that we've had no sniper loving today. I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to push him back from right here. Can you take a shot now? You can? Okay. Let's get him out of our hair for a minute. Force him to move and then swing. Or he'll just wander around in circles like an idiot. That works for me too. I have no preference in this regard. You can't hit him from right there? Weird. Okay, we'll step back, I guess, and let him have it. Yay, he stayed inside of our range. Now I shall moiter him. We might have one more turn, but I don't want to risk losing anybody. Let's shoot. Yeah, King Viscera's down. 220 fuel, which is really what we needed out of that. Choke on him. We'll murderize you later, scuzzers. As he holds right above his wiener like he has a tummy ache. Like, oh God, I don't feel so good. The Wasteland makes me so sad. We still have 83 things left, too. We got a pretty good chance on this one. I mean, you got to be a dirty scum in the final fight to win. So I'm just letting you know, you got to spam weapons in the final fight to win. The dozer slows as it approaches a towering barricade constructed from heavy shells of massive mutated creatures covered with imposing spikes. Despite the dozer's considerable might, you determine it would never be able to plow through the obstacle. The vehicle comes to a halt and you disembark. A brute of a mutant approaches, flanked by several heavily armed accomplices. Oi! Machine riders! I be Gorlagon, and this is my road. If you morts want to pass, you be paying the toll. Meat for Gorlagon's gut. Okay, so we'll pay the toll of meat. Does he want to join my dozer? I'm just going to pay the toll. Whatever. We don't need the meat. We're good. It only took like 35 anyways, and we don't eat meat because apparently we're on a vegan journey right now. We all just drink fuel. The dozer slows as it steers through a shallow slag pool. The hiss of eroding metal can be heard, even if such brief exposure to the quag can prove harmful to the dozer's reinforced alloy hide. Only mutants could survive near such noxious material. The dozer continues along the road. Ahead in the road, you can see a large trailer, once again. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark. The curious operator of the fusion-towing vehicle exits the cabin and approaches. Oi, traveler. Such a mighty machine, it must really drain the power. Can't have spark without power. Power to propel through the blasted lands. Oh, well, this is that same guy again. I will take your shit. Yeah, why not? After a brief consideration, you determine that armed conflict in such close proximity to a potentially unstable fusion reactor would likely end in explosive catastrophe for the dozer. Oh, so I guess I can't do that then. I guess we're just leaving because I don't have anything to trade. Oh, we almost got this. We're doing so good right now. As the dozer travels along the road, it approaches a high cliff wall on one side. Written on the wall are the words, Viscera does not rule Bedlam. Beneath that, another remark is scrawled in much larger letters with red paint. Oh yeah, he does. Lined up along the bottom of the cliff, beneath the second message are a dozen decapitated heads planted on spikes. The second statement seems fairly clear. The dozer continues ahead. We're so low on fuel. As the dozer travels along the road, you see King Viscera's enormous vehicle blocking the path ahead. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark to investigate. King Viscera still lives. He emerges from his vehicle in a frightening new incarnation with gnarled skin and an organic carapace. King Viscera has returned. You were lucky during our initial confrontation, mechanic, but I have consumed the larva of toxic snarlers from the pit of Tyganus and evolved through an accelerated mutation. My impervious shell and impaler spikes will seal your fates. Well, shit. I also can't use any of my shooters right now, so I gotta bring other people. I'll bring another sniper. And Vigilus hasn't healed yet, so that's another problem to be concerned about. I'll probably keep Vigilus since he one-shots anybody. He's got to be super close to leveling up. Like, he really sincerely does. Like, he's got to be pretty close to leveling up. This is a strong team. It's not, like, amazing, but it's a team that'll get shit done. I could bring Vigilus, but he's a little fragile. Oh, he's still in the group. Okay, I'll bring him. I mean, if you're not gonna... Yeah, I'm okay with it. We might not win, but it'll be a badass loss if we do. Oh, shit. Well, that's not good. This is pretty concerning. There are a lot of sniper rifles around our team right now. Luckily, they don't deal much damage. They're like discount sniper rifles, but at a certain point, you kind of got to wonder. He's got a trencher on that side. Okay. I kind of want that sniper dead first. Can you kill the sniper? I mean, the trenchers are kind of concerning too, and they hit for a lot of damage, so I'm a little bit worried about them. Let's clear our flanks first. Also, we're going to throw the stink bomb on that side. And hopefully it'll light off some conflict between their own team. Oh, I got this guy too. That's okay. It won't matter. Ooh. Okay. Unfortunately, amigo, I can't deal with you shooting at my homeboy over here. Oh, I didn't get him. That's concerning. Let's go ahead and use the damage mesh real fast, the blitzer screen. Because the next turn is going to sting if I don't. I could feed him this guy too. That's the other option. And not a terrible one at that. Yeah, let's feed him dens. Huh. Unless he does that. Well, that did not end the way that I expected. How much can he do? He can do 16 versus... Alright, just do the 16. Whatever. Oh, look at that. He's got a shield too. Well, ain't that a beezy for sheezy? I can throw that out for 22, but I really sort of need it for the last part of the fight. Really? He's been I used that on him this morning, and so they must have patched it. I used that on him this morning, and it worked. Oh, man. What a waste. I didn't notice the immune. Shitty poo butts. I hate everything. He's a deadeye. Well, then make him dead for me. There's the Snicker snacked right there. And there's him vaporized. I can't really guarantee this is going to go like any kind of okay. But what I can say is that we can try. His shield, though, is pretty tough. The shield sort of strikes me as being a little bit too much. Oh my god, his butt cheeks are still hanging out too. Oh! Hello, mother. Hello, father. So their blitzometer's up, which is problematic. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I can tell you we're getting some crude right now. Tell you right now, getting that crude. Damn, those blitz turns are rough. Those blitz turns are nasty. Well, seeing as we ain't got much left, I don't think we're going to win this one. But... are you able to shoot him? Then shoot him. Shoot him so grandly. Got a little bit more fuel. Not much. Probably not going to get us all the way back to town. And yes, in case you're wondering, you have to fight Viscera again. You gotta fight him 3 times. A trio of wanderers are trudging along the road. The dozer comes to a halt, and the trio of well-armed outlaws turn to regard you. Greets to you, traveler. We're out footing the big chaos looking for thrills and rewards. Spent most of our days in Byzantine, got tired of all the corporate misery and went outlaw. Now we're taking matters into our own hands in Bedlam. You wanna join me? Had enough taking orders. Needs to be worth our while, and it sounds like you got the whole of Bedlam after your skulls, and you're headed for a nasty end. We'll take our chances on our own, but good luck to you. Assholes. That was probably my only chance of winning if they joined up. My only chance. Up ahead, there seems to be some kind of large metallic construction. It looks like the mangled remains of a satellite that crashed to the ground long ago. It appears to be a satellite of AI design. It must have been used against mankind during the AI wars long ago, before it inevitably lost orbit and plummeted to the ground. Parts of the exterior have only clearly been scavenged already, but the core remains mostly intact. We extricate several primary components from the casing and reassemble them into a functional weapon, a voltaic disruptor that can fire powerful focused electrical pulses. Cool. An electric guillotine? What does that do? It jolts enemies into oblivion. I mean, we gotta use the nuke. We gotta use the nuke. Like, if you don't use the nuke, how can you live with yourself? We're gonna run out of fuel, though. Ahead on the road, you see a massive tanker being towed by a team of borpotamus, large leathery bedlam creatures. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark. The tanker driver rings a bell and the borpotamus team stops trudging. He climbs down from his perch and approaches as his armed attendants eye you. Greets, traveler. You have a need for the black, don't you? The mighty beast must drink its share. I will trade you meat for crude. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're still in this. We are still in this. Welcome to a long episode. We're going to let this go and go extra long because we're so close. As the dozer travels along the road, you receive reports of intoxication among the passengers and crew. Investigating the matter, you learn from the dozer technicians that the Skyshine distillery installed as a weapon has some other results beside its useful offensive capability. The distillery transforms the toxic byproducts of the crude machinery that power the vehicle into potent intoxicating carbonated beverages, which were acquired by passengers. To maintain order on the dozer, you insist that the beverage be taken away and locked in storage, but it may prove useful in future situations. Got the Skyshine jug. I mean, we're still not going to make it unless we get another fight like right in here. Oh, we're so close. We are so damn close. We've got another fusion reactor of... is this guy again. I don't have any passengers, but he just traded me for them. Cool. Well, unless this is the last square where we fight against the dozer. Oh, God. Okay, as the dozer travels along the road, once again, you find your path blocked by the gigantic vehicle of King Viscera. The dozer comes to a halt and you disembark to investigate. Although seemingly defeated twice before, King Viscera has continued to modify himself on his relentless quest to destroy you and claim your dozer. You may have bested me in our previous encounters, but now I have augmented my body with the necessary cybernetic warware to obliterate you and your accursed crew. King Viscera is now unbeatable. Shit, dude, we have like nobody left. Oh man, we are in such raw shape. I'm gonna bring a bunch of snipers. And maybe a bunch of trenchers. I mean, maybe a frontliner to sort of soak damage. But aside from that, I think we're hosed. Unless we get real lucky here. Unless we get real lucky. Not feeling this configuration right now. What does this do? Click to activate the electrical guillotine. A 6-tile radius. An electric charge of overworldly intensity that jolts enemies. What about the nuke? Might be a good way to clear out some of these assholes. What's that cost me, though? I can only go once, and then I've got enough for an equalizer on the opposite end. I don't know how much the nuker does. It might be a waste to put it on those two guys. Like, I have no concept of how much damage the nuker might do, but... Can't shoot him neither. I mean, that one's more expensive. Let's do the nuker. Let's find out. Wait, I got the wrong person. Hold on. Cancel. I do not desire to do this. Hey, give me a different weapon. There we go. I need to discharge from a different person. Her discharge is not good enough for me. We'll go from right here. Get nuked, noobs! Oh. It does 10 damage, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and that puts her in a position to put out some serious pain on that guy. However, it may be a better plan. Just things to contemplate here. It might be a better plan. Scragger's gonna get killed like on his first turn over here if I screw this up. How hard does he hit? He hits for something. Oof. There's not a lot of good options here. There are not a lot of good options. Well, let's see if we can stop anything too crazy from happening. This may not work, but maybe it will. No, you belched all over me. That's deeply upsetting and it hurts my delicate sensibilities. Give me 2 across this asshole. A couple on him. My hope is that he goes after him. Indeed, she did, or it did, or whatever the hell that pot-bellied thing is. And so now it's going to get dealt with. Damn, he's got movement. That guy moved across the entire map just now. Holy balls. Use the shield. Use the shield and hope for the best. Oh, he's got like a general purpose shield now. Brutes. I'm gonna throw him right there. That was an odd choice for him. Maybe he's waiting for the blitzometer to be full? Man, he's like perfectly inside my range right now. I guess we just have to hope that the cover keeps him. It did not. The cover did not keep him. The cover did not. I have no idea how you're supposed to beat this guy. Aside from dropping a bunch of nukes on him. Like, I have no concept. No! Well, that's the boss that I always die on. I never quite make it. Your defeat was scarcely amusing. All in Bedlam will bow to the merging of flesh and machinery that made King Viscera invincible. It makes you fight with all of your other guys too. I don't necessarily like that. I wish you kind of just lost. I don't know. None of my level 1 guys are going to win because you have to fight that entire battle over again with all of the stuff respawned. So I'm going to break it off right here. I will show you my losing screen though in a minute, so I'll be back. Okay, so it took me 4 battles to kill off all my level 1 guys. They stood no chance. I know that people are going to be upset that I took that out, but level 1s aren't going to make it in that fight. You need leveled up elites. You also need leveled up characters, and if you're not at least, everybody has to be at least level 3 if you even want to hope of making it through there so far. That's actually where I get to almost every time I play the game. I get stuck on him, so I'm hoping that later on maybe I'll have some better options, or maybe I just haven't gotten the right run yet. I've been having a blast with this game, so please check it out, support the game. It's got its little imbalances, it's got its problems right now, but I'll be back with you. This is the last episode I'm going to record for right now until the game comes out, I think, because then we'll be able to get some of the other vehicles and actually make some progress, because as of right now, we're basically just playing, you know, the demo of the game, essentially. It's the full game, but we can't unlock anything, so the replayability is a little bit dinged. So I will see you when the game comes out on Tuesday. Hi to everybody. See you next time.